The Landon's Light Foundation just marked its one-year anniversary. And I'm going to quote Mary Ellen Ralston, who is a close friend of the Solbergs and also a member of the Landon's Light Foundation. She just recently said, quote, "Watching the Solbergs turn their unimaginable grief into something incredibly beautiful has been inspiring to witness." And I completely agree. That's why we wanted to check in once again with the foundation. We have Travis Solberg, Landon's father, and Mary Ellen joining us today from the Landon's Light Foundation to give us an update. I don't think we even have time to talk about all the incredible things that you guys have done over the last year. It's really been amazing. But the last time you were on, we talked about your latest project, Project Kindness. And so I wanted to kind of get an update right off the top. But if people are not familiar with the Landon's Light Foundation and Project Kindness, can you first, Travis, just start a little bit by telling us about the foundation and what Project Kindness is all about?
Sure. So Landon's Light Foundation really was created in honor of my son. And Andrea and I, our son, passed away from cancer. It's been a little over a year ago now. So he just had a lot of support from the community, and we felt like we had an opportunity to give back and help a lot of people going through similar situations as us, and also help kids in the community just in general. So we started the foundation and kicked it off, and our latest event that we're doing is Project Kindness. And what we're doing is involving all the schools in the community the opportunity to submit an idea for a project that they can do as a classroom to give back. And we've allocated $200 per classroom that submits an idea, and we're hoping we can impact up to 85 classrooms.
Okay, and so we have a picture up on the screen right now, and it's showing pictures of Landon from first grade to fifth grade, that cute little face, and then his teachers who are judges in Project Kindness. So talk a little bit about how this works and why we have a judge panel.
So since we've talked to you, Lisa, we've added another layer to Project Kindness, and we really wanted to include Landon's teachers in this Project Kindness because school was so important to Landon, and he had just incredible relationships with each of his teachers. And so we've enlisted his classroom teachers to judge Project Kindness. And so once all of the projects have been completed, the judging panel will determine a first, second, and third place prize. So we're really excited to involve them, as well as Mrs. Oyen at Freedom Elementary too. She's kind of spearheading this with us as well.
Okay, and so what are you getting for feedback or ideas so far?
You know, since we're putting it up to judges, we don't want to give away too much of what they're doing, but it's really impacting a wide variety. We're getting kids all the way up to the elderly community that these kids are going to impact. So it's really neat to see, and we've had a lot of fun ideas, a lot of creative ideas, and we're excited to release some of that and let people know what they've actually done in the community once it's all done and people have finished their programs.
So how can people get involved if they still want to do something?
So as of today, we've sent out about 50% of the funds that we've allocated to this program. So there's still time for teachers to get involved, and they can go to landonslight.org and apply on Project Kindness. So we're looking forward to helping more classrooms put these ideas into action.
I love that. Okay, well, Project Kindness, just the latest project that you guys are working on. But like I mentioned right away, and I would imagine it's been a whirlwind and a lot of heartache, of course, in the last year with a lot of different milestones. But over the 1 year, only 1 year, you guys have done so many incredible things. Can you talk about some of the projects? I know we did put up a picture there of, it was 10 days of giving, but there were so many other things that you did in just the first year. Can you talk a little bit about what you're most proud of?
You know, I'm most proud of the number of individuals families that we've impacted. We've had over 45 families that we've touched in this first year through our Miracle Moment program, through the 10 days of giving. And it's really been, and we did Honorary Birthday as well. So between those three programs, those are kind of our three big pillar programs. Over 45 families that have a child going through a medical condition. And that's probably what I'm most proud about, because, you think about that over 12 months, that's almost 4 kids that we're helping each month. And to know the impact that the support had on Andrea and I as a family, we just hope families are getting that same feeling and know that they've got a community behind them, and we're all rooting for them and hoping the best for the kids.
I feel like this has been such an eye-opener for me and so many others too. Landon's story, of course, touched my heart, and so many people rallied around Landon. But then you'd see how everyone wrapped their arms around your family. But then you start to realize there are so many families who are going through the same unimaginable pain, and you guys have been able to help them, and you didn't even know they were out there before this started.
Yeah, you know, it's unfortunate that it doesn't take us long to help 45 families or find those families that really need the help. And so it's really been inspiring for me to watch Travis and Andrea transfer their grief into something so inspiring. And they're building this community within our community of these families that now can relate to what one another is going through, and really use Travis and Andrea as a sounding board and reach out to them as a resource because they've walked their journey.
Can we also talk a little bit about 10 Days of Giving? That was one of your first projects that you did with the Landon's Light Foundation. Could you talk a little bit about what it is and if you're doing it again this year?
Yeah, so right after we obviously formed about a year ago, and our first program that we did was the 10 Days of Giving. And Landon's cancer journey really started on December 5th when he was getting severe headaches. We ended up ultimately getting into the hospital, and we ended up in the hospital from December 5th through December 14th. And we went in thinking that he was going to have migraines for the rest of his life, or maybe just an infection. And we walked out with this prognosis of 1 to 2 year life expectancy for this boy who was healthy before that. And it really was life-changing and extremely painful for Andrea and I to think about that time frame. And we started thinking about it as a foundation. We said, how can we turn that pain that we experienced into something good, so our hearts are getting uplifted versus kind of dwelling in that pain of what changed our lives so dramatically. And so we pick a child each day, each of the 10 days, we highlight them, ask for prayers and support for that family. And then we provide them an individualized either experience or some gifts to hopefully provide them some joy and hope for that time of year and going through a difficult situation.
Well, you guys are doing incredible things. I can't believe it's been 1 year already since the foundation was formed, and more than a year now since we last lost Landon, but you guys have done incredible things. So thank you so much for the update. Keep doing what you're doing, and we'll follow up with you guys again. We want more updates on Project Kindness for sure.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks, Travis, Lisa. Mary Ellen, thank you. We'll be right back here on North Dakota Today.